Yung Jang, you have joined before? I remember. Once you was here, right?
Yeah, good morning, Bande.
Good morning. You last week you was
I
here.
was sick, so
Oh,
I
okay.
cannot come.
Yeah,
Sorry
yes.
for that.
No, 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 no. It's good.
Nice to meet you.
So,
You want this one off?
no, yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, this one.
You got it? You know what?
You didn't turn on the side lights. That's a small one, the side lights. Not a big switch, a small one. I still confused in this lighting. You must be.
You've been here and you still don't remember them.
I was saving at my mom's house. I can never figure out how to do
I know now most of them. Yeah.
You got it.
One more here.
One more and you're almost there. Just gotta get, yeah,
Okay,
you
very
got
good.
it.
Yeah. Now you can sleep. It's dark now. So you are welcome to join us for the ceremony. Okay, let's begin.
Yeah.
Mm. So I already sent you a flyer. Michael sent you the flyer. I'm going to give you morning prayers.
Oh, what time is it?
It's begin this month, 16th,
16.
16th to Friday, for 5 days, 5 days, Monday to Friday, 10 minutes morning prayer. We are going to meditate 5 minutes, and you're going to receive the blessing chanting 5 minutes. I give
So
blessing.
what
I
what
give you
time in the
blessing
morning?
chanting. 8:30.
Oh,
8:30 Monday to Friday begins 16th, and you can dial the phone number. There's a number, you can dial it, then there's a code and another phone numbers, and you put the hash, then you join into the group. It's a by phone. You can go wherever you want to go by listening it. And the meditation quiet, probably I keep repeating like a kind of good thoughts, sending metta, compassion, or something like that, different meditation. 5 minutes it could be, then with explanation, it could be 3-4 minutes meditation, and the 5 minutes blessing chanting. Then that's the your for your day. Then you can begin your day with blessings.
are you going to send Zoom every time?
Not Zoom. It is going only by phone.
Oh,
By phone, you can dial the number, then you can listening it.
oh. Your phone number?
No, it's on the flyer. See
Oh,
the Michael's email.
oh, okay.
There are all the details in there.
Oh,
You're in Connecticut, right, European?
pardon me?
You're in Connecticut, right? Is now?
Yes,
Yes, then
yes.
now you can then dial the phone, that number, so then
Okay.
you can join.
Oh,
Yeah, and another thing is that we're going to have the big ceremony, called Katina ceremony. That's a very special Buddhist ceremony in Theravada tradition, offering a robe to the monks. Um, it's going to begin October 21st. And October 21st, we're going to have a chanting at night. We start 7 p.m., 7 to 12 in the midnight. We're going to have a chanting. And next day, and 22nd October, we're going to have we begin ceremony at 9 a.m. And we're going to procession around the temple with the Buddhist flag and Sri Lankan traditional dancing and drums. The procession around the temple, we begin 9, and then we come to temple, then offer robe to the monks, and then there are some offering to the Buddha, transfer merits. Then we are going to have a lunch, And after lunch, I'm going to give you a special Dhamma talk about the Katina. So, this all ceremony in October 1st and October 2nd. So you may keep notes, and if you're able to come participate in person, and you are welcome to come and join. If not, I will try to connect you in Zoom and keep you for the chanting ceremony and the special robe offering ceremony. Okay?
Monte, I put the flyer on the screen, so if
Yeah.
somebody wants a copy.
Yes. Yeah. Can you see the flyer now?
Mm.
Yes. You can get a screenshot
sorry.
or
Yes,
take a
we can
photo.
see it. I took a picture of it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good. I'm probably behind, so forgive me if I haven't included you on the list, but I will.
Yeah, if you not receive, give your email to the Michael.
Yeah.
Then you will receive all the notification about meditation.
Yeah. Michael's a little behind, but that's. We're going to be Buddhist about it.
Okay. Now we are going to meditate. Just prepare to meditation.
Ding. Okay, let's see. Let me remove stop share and okay. Let's see. Close. Okay, and let's see what I can do. Chat.
Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to our morning meditation on Sundays. So today we are going to meditate on according to the Satipatthana Sutta we study these days. And we learned last week the contemplation and feeling. How could we be mindful on feelings? According to this explanation, the sutta details and whole Buddhist teaching, there are no wisdom without concentration. That's the one thing. There are no awakening, enlightening, realizing without concentration. And also, and Buddha have said, there are no concentration without wisdom. This wisdom and concentration are interconnected. So, concentration depends on wisdom, wisdom depends on concentration. Then this both we have to develop gradually. So this sutta we are learning these days about the four foundation of mindfulness, and we learned about the contemplation on body and feelings. And today we are going to learn about the contemplation on the mind. So I'm going to, this meditation, connect this or cover this all feelings and to be mindful on thoughts. This is simply meaning living in the present moment. The whole Buddhist meditation, the concentration meditation focus, living in the moment. I asked you to last week to practice the situational awareness. Whatever situation you are, and to be aware about it. If you walk in and walk with knowing, if you bending, stretching your limbs, hands and legs, and to do it with knowing, with mindfully. And if you, whatever you walk back and forth, and sit down or standing or lying. Whatever you are at the moment, and to be mindful at the moment. So we have to train ourselves to be mindful at that moment, what we are doing, what I am doing in right now, and to be mindful where I am, what I am, and to be mindful at that moment. So that's the things we learned last week. How could you develop that mindfulness according to um, practice in different way of practice. So today we're going to practice about to how would we be mindful on feeling. Whatever, this is not the meditation to practice by sitting. This is the meditation wherever you are, whatever you are doing, whatever feelings you have at that moment, and you be mindful on that feelings. For example, if you are in happy and you come to know, I'm in the happy moment right now. I'm feeling happy. I'm experiencing happiness. Then if you feel happy and you be mindful, now I am with the feeling of happiness. If you feel pain, suffering, then you come to know I'm experiencing suffering or painful feeling. And then we simply be aware the feeling at the moment we are. So, and then the contemplation on thoughts, mind, means what kind of mind right now I have, what kind of thoughts arising in me in this moment, what kind of thought occurring at this moment. So simply be mindful about mind and thoughts. So these practices and lead us to develop our awareness in that situation. Okay, now we are going to be mindful and aware of feelings and thoughts. So we begin with feeling, and you may close your eyes and sit down comfortably, keep your back straight, and take deep breath, and slowly let go and relax. And keep taking deep breath, and slowly release. Fill your lungs with fresh air, and release your stress, your pain, or negativity. And relax. Focus your top of the head, and relax your head and your face. Keep a smile on your face. Relax the muscles of the face, and relax your shoulders, arms, and your chest and stomach and legs. Then relax your whole body, arrange it in relaxed way. Now you try to be aware any feeling arise anywhere of your body, in your body. Any pain or comfortable feeling or painful feeling. This helps bring your attention onto your body and to the point, onto the point. Then you be mindful and aware what's going on in your body. Where is that, how it is arising, how it is feel, look like. So feel the pain of the feeling, painful or happy feeling. This is look like scanning a body and to find out any feeling arising, occurring, happening, and you feel it, pay attention to it, be clear with it, and to get to know where it is, how it is feel. in this case, you can feel that pain so clearly, and you can feel it so better and more because you're paying attention to it. It becomes very clear about that feeling, and you know where it is arising, how it is feel. Your awareness onto that physical feeling. The contemplation and feeling is all about the mental feeling. So now we are going to be aware on that mental feeling. Now we're going to be aware, I'm in happy or sorrow. So you may try to find out yourself. You are in the feeling with happiness or suffering or indifference, neutral. And whatever feeling you feel in your mind, this is not about thoughts. This is about the feeling, mental feeling, not a physical feeling. We felt the physical feeling. Now we are contemplate on mental feeling. The mental feeling, there are majorly three types of feeling. Feeling of happiness, and feeling of pain, suffering, and neutral feeling, indifference feeling. These are the three major feelings we all feel in our whole life. Now you simply be aware what kind of feeling you are on this moment. If you are mostly in feeling of neutral, and you can try to have a happy feeling, whatever happiness in your mind you have. So that happiness, and you try to find out related with sense of pleasure or non-sense of pleasure. The happiness we feel mostly is related with sense of pleasure. Sometimes we have happiness without sense of pleasure. Like when we in front of the Buddha, when we keep worshipping, praying, then we have that kind of happy feeling. Or when you give offering someone to and help someone, then you have that some kind of happy feeling. That happiness is not related with greed or anger or delusion. It is without that kind of sensuality. Then that feeling is kind of without from sense of pleasure. It's kind of a spiritual happiness. Then your happiness you try to find out is it spiritual or worldly. Even suffering you feel, physical or mental, and you try to find out it's a physical suffering or mental suffering. It is related with sensual pleasure or non-sensual pleasure. Mostly we do have the feeling with the sensual, related with sensual materiality, a worldly feeling. So you may try to find out whatever feeling it is, and that feeling related to what? And you notice arising of that feeling and disappearing of that feeling. Happiness or suffering or neutral. When happiness arises, you know, arising the happiness. It is disappearing, then you know it is the fading away of the happiness. Arising of the pain and fading away of the pain. Then you can find out the even feeling rising and falling, different feeling rising and disappearing. The point is, it is impermanent and temporary. All the feelings we experience rising and disappearing, impermanent and temporary. We're not supposed to attach to it. We're not supposed to be mad about it or excited about it. The feeling, happy or painful, is impermanent, arising and falling. So then I must better live without attaching onto those feelings, what is arising and falling, and simply be aware what kind of feeling is arising and disappearing, and live without attached to it, grasping onto it, and live independently, freely, without attachment to any kind of feeling. Whatever happy feeling you had in the past, those all gone. They are no more exist. They all past. But still we are hanging on to them, still holding them, grasping them, attached to them. It is not necessary. It's already gone. We have to free our mind from that. Even the feeling rising in this moment, and to simply be aware and not to grasp or attach to it. Living without attachment and grasping, living freely is the enlightenment, awakening. Live as a free person. Then you can be aware. We had so many feelings in the past. Right now we feel neutral. But we had so many happy feelings in the past and so many suffering feelings in the past. We are still onto them, holding and carry with us where we are and where we will be, and still we're not free from them. Release the mind, free the mind from the attachment and grasping of any feeling, happy, painful, or neutral. Even we are planning to our future feelings, to feel happiness in future and avoid suffering in future. And we are planning, working on it, work hard. So still we are suffer and wonder the feeling what not yet arise. So whatever feeling we had all gone, and whatever feeling right now we have, it is passing. Even in the future, whatever feeling arises, and it will also pass. So then it is impermanent and temporary. Nothing to grasp and attached onto that feeling. Feeling is impermanent, rising and falling, temporary. I would live as a free person without attachment onto this any feeling, like independent one. But simply be aware whatever feeling it is now arising and passing. then we would experience happiness from free from that attachment onto feelings. So we can live happily and peacefully without attachment onto any kind of feeling we had, we have, and we will have. But living in this moment with awareness, and we be very mindful onto this moment. Not depends on the past or in future. Live in the present moment with mindfulness, awareness. So, okay, now you may come back to your awareness on your sitting position. Now you feel your sitting posture. And keep your palms together and say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, this is the contemplation and feeling. So then whole Buddhist meditation practices brings us to where? Whole Buddhist meditation practices lead us to where? Take us to freedom, from attachment, right? So whole meditation practices focus that. But then even if we be mindfully on this moment, then we free. Then we feel it, experience that freedom and that happiness. And we develop mindfulness, awareness, without concentration, no wisdom. Without wisdom, like this, contemplating on this is wisdom. So without this wisdom, no concentration. So then those are all interconnected. So then take a break for a minute, then we're going to have a discussion. If you have any question, you can ask and we can discuss.
Bhante, I have a question about vocabulary. In the Zen tradition in Japan, we have the word kensho, for example, to indicate not enlightenment, it's not, oh boy, yeah, not full enlightenment, but just a taste of enlightenment through experience, some kind of experience, perhaps in meditation or walking down the street and seeing something, and then there's a taste of enlightenment like that. Do we have a word to describe a kind of a little enlightenment experience?
In Pali term, it means close to enlightenment?
Not so much close to enlightenment, but an experience of, like a taste of enlightenment.
Oh.
Like an experience of enlightenment, but obviously not full enlightenment. And in Japanese, for example, we have the word kensho to mean that. And in other Mahayana traditions, there are words for that. But I don't know any words in the
Yeah, I wonder what we have for that. That's interesting, to taste the enlightenment and feel it before we become enlightened.
Yeah. I mean, we do have the various levels of meditation and samadhi, right?
Yeah, in the samadhi we have a upachara samadhi.
Yeah, we have names.
Yeah, we have a name for that before samadhi.
Entry level.
We have called Pali upachara samadhi. Upachara samadhi means before the samadhi, and we close to samadhi and we feel it somewhat, experience it somewhat. Like tasting the samadhi, that's called upachara samadhi.
Yeah, but we associate that with sitting, right? But what if you're not sitting? What if it's a different kind of experience? Or I should say it comes to you differently. We have so many examples of that. A person, for example, could be very close to death and have that experience contemplating, or a person can face a danger and all of a sudden have an understanding or a deeper understanding. And so it would be interesting to think about that. I think, yeah, I'm reading a book called The Passion According to G.H. The Passion According to G.H. It was written in Portuguese and in Brazil. And I'm curious if anybody else here knows about it. It was written by a woman. Her name is Clarice Lispector. Clarice Lispector. I'm wondering if anybody else knows of it or knows of her. She's a very famous writer, but mostly in the world of the Portuguese language. No, I guess not.
No, Buddha Puja and last the current mama may top by bag with making work. Apaleo, dance ala. Then one light the dag and on it. So the question you asked me about the how could you take what's the word for taste the enlightenment? I think in the Buddhist tradition, I think we taste it when we first when we come into the path of stream enter, sotapanna.
Yes.
When we enter to that first step of stream enter, sotapanna, I think we taste it somewhat. Without that entering to that step of enlightenment, and we just can have an imagination of it. I don't know, we can feel it, but we can imagine what is enlightenment is, how it would be look like. So the real tasting of enlightenment is entering into that path of stream enter and then enter into the fruit, and then enter into the path of one's returner, and then enter into it, to the fruit, and then enter into the path of non-returner, and then enter into the fruit of non-returner, and then enter into the path of arahant,
Right.
enlightenment, and then enter into achieve the fruit of enlightenment. I think this is how we taste it in Pali. That's the terms we have for the achieving enlightenment.
Well, yes, that sounds good. Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. So let's go to the discussion, and then. Okay, homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, the four foundation of mindfulness, and we learned, and two of them, the contemplation on the body and feeling. Now we are going to learn the contemplation on mind. Called Chittanupassana, contemplation on mind. This is not exactly thoughts. Thoughts is something else. This is the mind. Here it is explaining in 16 ways, and 16 different minds we have, and then Buddha explaining here how a monk, bhikkhu, how a bhikkhu contemplates on the mind, in the mind. Then it is called saragam va chittang, saragam chittanti pajanati. It is mind with lust or greed, and then I understand the mind is greed or lust. Here, saraga means lust and also greed, craving. Then my mind obsessed by craving. If my mind obsessed by craving, then I understand I have a craving mind, greed mind, lustful mind. Lust is one part of the greed, craving, right? Lust is one part of the craving. Love is another part of craving, right? Whatever love we talk about is related with craving. Without craving, no love. Right? We have a song in Sri Lanka. The love without lust is the pure. Yeah, love without craving is the pure. Actually, the love is related with craving. and greed, attachment, lust. So then whatever the mind is related with lust or craving or greed or attachment, something like that, then we simply be aware, mind is with craving. The mind, right now I have my mind connected with craving, connected with greed, lust and attachment. So that's what we simply understand, what kind of mind is right now I have. It's kind of subtle, right? Very subtle. We have to be very mindful, right? Who is very mindful, have developed mindfulness, awareness, I think they can easily be notice it. Because then in the Satipatthana Sutta recommend us to be mindful every second, every moment. Every moment we have to be mindful. It doesn't mean we sitting down and crossing legs and closing eyes. No, we already learned it. It is not about that. That mindfulness is simply be aware at that moment. Now what is happening in the mind, and we simply understand what kind of mind is right now arising and passing. If that, then here the sutta mentioned, then we notice arising of the greedy mind and cessation of the fading away of the greedy mind. Then arising of the ill will, the mind of ill will, in the next one. Then I have a mind with craving, I have a mind without craving. My mind is right now not related with craving, not connected with craving, greed or lust. My mind is without craving, greed or lust. If the mind arises with anger, connected with anger, ill will, hate, then I understand I have a now hateful mind and ill will mind, hostile mind, irritational mind, whatever is mind related with ill will, anger. Then simply understand my mind is connected with anger, hate. Then notice the arising of that mind and passing away of that mind. And then if the mind not connected with anger, ill will, and then I simply understand I have a mind not connected with anger, without ill will. This mind is now without anger, without ill will. It's freed from anger, freed from ill will. Or if I have a mind connected with a delusion, ignorance, so then I understand that my mind right now connected with delusion, connected with ignorance. Because I'm confusing right now, right? I'm confusing right now. The confusing is always connected with ignorance and delusion. So then simply understand in this moment the mind is connected with ignorance or without ignorance. And then the sankittam va chittam, sankittam chittanti pajanat. Sankittam means then mind contracted, like become co-contracted, become squeezed, not expanded, right? It is related with laziness, it's related with sloth and torpor, laziness, then when we lazy, the mind also become contracted, constricted, right? Mind is squeezed. Then I understand my mind is very contracted, constricted, or squeezed. Or if the mind is expanded, vikitam vachita. Expanded means this scattered, confused, all over the, everywhere, not concentrated, is wandering, like restlessness. When you have a restlessness, the mind is kind of scattered, expanded, not expanded actually, it's called scattered, wandered, confused, restless. Then I understand, now I have a mind with restlessness. So, then Mahagatam Vachitam, then exalted mind. If I have a exalted mind, then I understand it is exalted mind right now I have. Or not exalted mind, I have a unexalted mind. Then the Sautra, I have a supreme mind, then I understand I have a supreme mind, non-supreme mind or supreme mind. Mind is supreme, then I understand my mind is supreme. Or non-supreme, I understand mind is non-supreme. It's called Sautarang, Anuttarang. And then the mind is concentrated, focused, mindful. Then I understand mind is very focused, very mindful, and very concentrated and samadhi, one-pointed. So then I know my mind is one-pointed. If mind not concentrated, and then understand mind is not concentrated or pointed, one-pointed. So then the vimuttam. If mind freed, then I understand my mind is freed, freed from defilements. If mind not freed, and I understand I have a mind, non-freed mind. So this is how the minds arise in, they're looking at the arising of these different minds and the passing away, be aware of the passing away of these different minds and the arising and passing away of different minds. And then we simply understand these all type of minds is arising and passing, there are none exist continuously, all are rising and passing, arising and passing. It is not to grasp it or attach it, not to hold it. So then live without attachment and grasping, and live freely onto the minds and thoughts we have. So I think do you have any question? Yeah. No, tavinari pahadende. पूजा करांड में बिहार बेतन पूजा करांड को तो मम पूजा करन मम्मी तो पास में की बार कर ला में पूजा होते मैं क्या पूजा करांड का मान David, what's your question?
Can I ask you a question about the meditation we did today? About feeling.
Hello, Mandy.
Give me a second. Yeah.
Okay.
I understand from the corpse meditation the need to detach from the body, from the physical self. What is the purpose of detaching from feelings? Is it to control the feelings, or to quiet them? I know feelings can be problematic. What is the purpose of detaching from our feelings?
I think the detachment from the feeling is we have the attachment onto the feeling or happiness. If we have attachment to happy feeling we had, and we worry about now we don't have it, and we try to get it. So if you have the regret or worry or about any feeling we had in the suffering feeling we had in the past, then we still worry about that and we hate to it, then we're not free from that. I think we simply be mindful on feelings and then be aware on it, no attachment, attached to it.
Yeah. Can we also say that just to understand that feelings are not ours, it's just something there?
We not get rid of any feelings, and we looking at on the feeling rising and falling of it. We not get rid of feelings, and we simply be aware on the feelings right now it's occurring. Is that right? Okay, Yupin, what's your question? Then we're gonna end up for today, because I have something to take care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Bante, thank you. Yeah.
You have a question?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for of joining today, and this is the teaching for today. We're going to learn next week, okay? Because I have something to take care right now. So,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, thank
for
you.
being with us.
Yeah, thank you for joining to the today meditation session, and then see you next week, and we're going to learn next week the rest of the contemplation on Dhamma. Contemplation on Dhamma. And then what are the Dhamma we are going to contemplate? That's interesting. Actually, this teaching of the Satipatthana and lead us to step by step, and just they train us to develop awareness, mindfulness, and then live. All this, after every step, is teach us to keep looking onto it, rising of it and falling of it, rising and falling of it. And it is nothing to grasp, nothing to hold, because the nature is rising and falling. It's impermanent, temporary. So holding and grasping is the matter. That's the matter. We grasp impermanent things. We hold impermanent things. But it is not possible to hold, because all are impermanent, rising and falling. Then we live without freedom. Then because we attach onto it, we grasp onto it, that's the problem. That's the matter. This Satipatthana Sutta explain us step by step, and remind us again and again, and looking onto this, arising on it and falling on it, and it is arising and falling, nothing else. So then live independently without holding and grasping and attachment. So this is the point of the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, to teach us to see what's happening on the body, on the mind, and the feelings. Then the next we're going to learn about the Dhamma. So then let's see you next week, and then transfer merits to the departed ones, to the ghosts, to the deities, and share the merits with our family members, and may they all live happily, freely, and healthily, without any afflictions, and may we all be able to attain to enlightenment. Akasattha ca Bhummattha Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Sasanang Chirang Rakkantu Desanang Chirang Rakkantu Mang Parang Sabbhitiyo Vivajjantu Sabbarogo Vinasatu Mate Bhavatvantarayo Sukhi Digayuko Bhava Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang Rakkantu Sabba Devata Sabba Buddhanubhavena Sabba Dhammanubhavena Sabba Sanghanubhavena Sada Sotti Bhavantu Te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Bante.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay, see you
everyone.
next week.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pick up the floor.
We'll see you,
I'm gonna leave the temple and
we'll
walk
see
the
you
door.
very soon. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
No.
Ante,
Yeah.
do you have the schedule